This is the New Channel Sports Takedown. Let's get it. What is good? This is a New Channel Sports Takedown. Coming back for yet another edition. As you know, this is a solo show. It's just me, your host, Chris. Been telling y'all we're doing things differently this year. We're back. Different mediums, different platforms. If you want to see us on TV, catch us on Afro Vibes TV. Sunday mornings. Catch our New Channel Sports TV show. You can see our beautiful faces. If you want to listen to a podcast, you know what it is. You can check us out wherever you listen to your podcasts. Stitcher, Apple Radio, Podbeam. Or you can check us out at our website, newchannelsports.net. That's where you can catch our blogs. I write a couple posts. I write about 1 or 2 posts a week. And our vlogs where you can catch this takedown. Or on YouTube, you can catch the takedowns. Let's get to it. I have a take for y'all today. It's out the norm because nobody's mentioning this. As you've undoubtedly heard, Deshaun Watson has requested to be traded from the Houston Texans. Womp, womp, womp. No matter where you land on this, if you're a Texan fan or just an observer watching this car wreck happen, you've probably heard the same thing. If you are going to trade him, get the biggest and greatest draft haul you can get. A Herschel Walker draft haul. And that's good. If you can get that, go for it. But what I'm going to give you is a little different take. I'm going to give you a different take today because I don't know if that's the route you want to go. Because you can still get a draft haul. But I think the number one concern you should have when you're trading a quarterback of the stature of a Deshaun Watson is get another quarterback back. You got to get another quarterback. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you the top 4. No, I'm going to give you 5. I'm going to give you the top 5 teams the Texans should call. The top 5 teams. I'm going to start off at number 5 and I'm going to work my way down to number 1. And you'll find that the teams that I choose have a certain position that the Texans would be able to capitalize on. If you're a Texan fan and you're hoping that he doesn't get traded, I'm sorry to tell you this. If it's your first time and you don't know me, I'm going to tell you the truth. And if you still think he's going to be a Texan by the start of the season, I have some news to tell you. He won't be. Nick Caserio called him the player, but he called him the player. Nah, bro, he's your franchise. He's your franchise and you messed it up. So you got to trade him. That's number 1. So you got to trade him. So what do you want back? Okay. You got to get a quarterback back. But everybody says you got to get those first round picks for the next 3 years. If you can get it for 4 years, get the second round picks, get all the draft hauls you can get. And that's what you're going to have to settle with if you're the Houston Texans. And I say, not so fast. Not so fast. There's got to be a better way, right? There's got to be a better way. Number 5. The number 5 team on my list is probably number 1 on a lot of analysts' lists, but it's only number 5 on my list. And it is the New York Jets. New York Jets. And the only reason why they're on the top of, well, at least number 5 on my list is because they own that number 2 pick in the draft. And they own several first-round draft picks, not just, well, in this draft, in this coming draft. So, yeah, their team, the Texans should talk to. And they also have a couple of defensive stars the Texans can possibly get. John McClain, the general, the famous Houston sports writer and legend, honestly, talked about what the Texans are possibly looking for: 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and 2 defensive stars. Where the Jets are able to check off all of those things if that's what the Texans are looking for. So they're number 5 on my list. And before I get to number 4, I want to tell you the dangers of just getting a draft haul and thinking that's going to be okay. The Herschel Walker draft haul worked out so well because he was a running back. And we all know now that the running back position, it's not the most important position in the NFL. It's just not. And the Vikings learned that in that Herschel Walker trade the hard way. They learned the hard way. But Deshaun Watson is not a running back. He's a quarterback. He's my quarterback. He's my teammate. He's gone. Essentially, he's gone. So what you have to do when you're trading a player of that stature, draft haul is fine, but in the last 10 years of the NFL draft, I'm going to read you some quarterbacks that were drafted. All right? Cam Newton, good quarterback, solid quarterback, won the 2015 NFL MVP, got his team to a Super Bowl. He's not a bust. Andrew Luck, he's not a bust. Good quarterback, but he retired early. So that's not a win. And as much as I love Cam Newton, you know I'm a Superman fan, a big Superman fan. His career's not looking so good right now. You have Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff, who were essentially traded for one another. Matthew Stafford is a good player. Jared Goff got his team to a Super Bowl, and they kicked him to the curb. That should tell you all you need to know about Jared Goff. You have Jameis Winston and the crab legs. That hasn't worked out too well. Baker Mayfield won a playoff game this season. And I'm reading off the best names first. This is the best of the best at this point. These are the better players. Baker Mayfield just won a playoff game. A good player. Carson Wentz essentially chased the Super Bowl winning coach out of town. That's how valuable that position is. He hasn't been playing great. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. Doug Peterson knew his quarterback wasn't playing great. And the Eagles' owner basically said, yeah, I understand, Peterson, you won a Super Bowl, but the quarterback position is so valuable, so important, I'm letting you go. That tells you all you need to know about the value of the quarterback position. You have Robert Griffin III. Outside of one good season, he was a bust. Paxton Lynch, that's a bust. Marcus Mariota, that's a bust. EJ Manuel, that's a bust. It's getting bad, ain't it? It's getting bad. Jake Locker, that's a bust. Brandon Whedon, that's a bust. Blake Bortles. Should I stop or should I keep going? I'm going to keep going. Josh Rosen, not looking good. He's trending as a bust. Sam Darnold. If you're the Texans, I mentioned them as number 5 on my list. Y'all can keep Sam Darnold. I don't want him. If you're the Texans, just say, give me the picks, give me the defensive players. You can keep Sam Darnold. Do you want Sam Darnold if you're a Texan fan? Let me know. Hit me up. At Chris New Channel. Hit me up on Twitter or on Instagram, our New Channel page and New Channel Sports. Hit us up. Do you want Sam Darnold? I don't think I do, but maybe you do. If you do, let me know why. Then there's Tim Tebow. That didn't work out. Mitchell Trubisky, the Bears are about to let him go. Ryan Tannehill looked like a bust, but made a great transformation in his career right now with the Tennessee Titans. Josh Allen looked like a bust. In his first season, couldn't pass accurately, but now he looks like a very good quarterback. Blaine Gabbert, that's a bust. It's just so many misses in the first round. You have your really good players in the Patrick Mahomeses, the Deshaun Watsons, the Lamar Jacksons. But it's really a roulette. It's a roulette. It's a big guessing game. So in my opinion, if you're going to trade a quarterback of the stature of a Deshaun Watson, at least get a quarterback you're comfortable with back in that trade. So the rest of my list is going to involve quarterbacks that I'd be comfortable trading Deshaun Watson for. Let's be clear. I'd rather him be in a Texan uniform, but that's just not the reality that we're in. So let me give you number 4. Number 4 on my list are the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa. I watched him in college in Alabama. The boy can play. He was put in a tough situation this season. An almost untenable situation this season. Love Coach Flores down there at Miami, but putting him in and out and in and out with him and Ryan Fitzpatrick, it was difficult on the young guy. He clearly wasn't ready for the moment quite yet, but he showed that he has some skill, man. He showed some skill this season. He showed some skill. Now, the problem with the Texans is you've already been fleeced by the Dolphins in the Laramie Tunsil trade, so do you really want to get involved with them again? The Dolphins will be oh so quick to pick up that phone if the Texans are calling. Texans, my guys, my buddies. Let's make a deal. The Texans have set up the Dolphins, so why not just complete and finish the setup and give them Deshaun Watson? We'll take Tua Tagovailoa. We'll take your first-round pick. We'll take your next year's first-round pick. We'll take the following first-round pick. That's 3 first-round picks, 2 seconds, and give us a defensive player that we pick. Maybe the cornerback Howard. We'll take him. It's not a bad haul. It's not a bad haul, but it's headlined by a quarterback. It's headlined by a quarterback. My next 3 are going to shock some people. They're going to shock you. But I'm tired of seeing analysts and prognosticators talk about getting the picks. No, man, I want a quarterback. I've seen what a good quarterback looks like, and I'm not accepting any deal that does not involve a good quarterback. Number 3 on my list. This one's going to hurt. Anybody that lives in Texas, this trade would hurt. I doubt it would happen. In fact, the top 3 on my list, I don't think they're happening. But if I'm the Texans, I'm doing everything I can to make them happen. Number 3, I've teased you long enough, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys makes too much sense. For me as a Texans fan, at least Watson stays in the state. I can at least, travel up to Dallas and watch them go up 45. To all of my Texas people listening, go up 45 and watch him. At least he stays close. You take everything that's good that the Cowboys have, and you also take Dak Prescott. I know Dak Prescott just came off of an injury season, but he's a good NFL quarterback. Is he a great NFL quarterback? No, but you may be able to sign him for cheaper. You may be in a position where you're able to sign him as the Texans at a good rate because quarterbacks are getting paid a lot now. You sign him at a good rate, and there's one thing I know about Dak Prescott. He's been the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, where there have been just absolute messes around him. I almost cussed. Just messes around him. Ezekiel Elliott being suspended for some games, missing some games. You have the owner flying off with wild comments about Black Lives Matter. You represent the face of the NFL when you're the Cowboys anyway. And he's handled himself perfectly. What better person to come into this mess with the Texans? What better player to come in with the mess that the Texans have and try to clean this up? I think it's Dak Prescott. You may say, okay, so what are the picks? What's involved? How do we make this work? I don't care. Get Dak Prescott here. Take everything that's good from the Cowboys. Take the first round picks for the next 3 years. Take 2 seconds. And take your pick of their best defensive player that you can afford. And just take it. That's what I would do. People in Texas are going crazy right now. Like, this boy's lost his mind. But it's a win-win for me. At least Deshaun Watson stays in Texas. I get to watch him. And the Texans get a quality quarterback back that they may be able to control for some years with a team-friendly deal. It works out. And we all know that Dak Prescott is as even keel and as calmly mannered as any quarterback in the NFL. If there's anyone who'd be able to weather the Texans through a storm of this nature, it'd be Dak Prescott. That is my number 3 team. You ready for number 2? It gets crazier. It really does. Number 2 are the Arizona Cardinals. Hey, man, I already had the Dolphins on this list. Might as well call back your other buddies you have trade and deal with in the past year. The Arizona Cardinals. It makes too much sense. Do they really believe in Kyler Murray? Do they? Kyler had a good team this season. He had a good team around him. And it was his fault they didn't make the playoffs. It was his fault. So you might give him a call and say, do y'all really believe in Kyler? Because I have a guy called Deshaun Watson. Heck, they already have his favorite target in DeAndre Hopkins, so there's no learning curve there. They have a good offensive mind. Their coach has proved to be a good offensive mind. I'll give him that. Coach Cliff has proven that he can coach offense. And what better way to do that with a quarterback like a Deshaun Watson? He's already shown that he doesn't care who his quarterback is. You saw how quickly they got rid of Josh Rosen when they saw a new shiny toy. Well, if Kyler Murray is a shiny toy, Deshaun Watson is the toy plus the store. He's Toys R Us. Call the Cardinals. Call them up. Call the Cardinals up. I'll give you some of Kyler Murray's numbers last season. They weren't all that great. Didn't throw for 4,000 passing yards. He threw for 26 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. The Cardinals are ready to win now. They're ready to win now. And heck, they didn't give up any first-round picks in the deal with DeAndre Hopkins, so you might as well stick it to him and say, hey, man, this trade for Deshaun Watson is also including what we should have got, what we should have received when we gave you guys DeAndre Hopkins. This trade makes more sense than almost any other trade I'm going to discuss today. I think this makes perfect sense. Y'all think I'm crazy? Let me know. Because I think this makes sense. Why not get a guy like a Kyler Murray? Why would the Cardinals say no to that? Do they really believe in Kyler? And if you're the Texans, you get a quality quarterback back and you get the first round picks. Yeah, they'll probably be later. But let's be real. Any team that Deshaun Watson goes to, the first round picks after the first season, they're probably not going to be great because he is an all-world player. He's an all-world player. He'll be mentioned right there with Patrick Mahomes when he goes to a competent organization. I say make it happen. You ready for number one? Number one is my favorite deal. Obviously, it's my number one. I would love to see it happen. And that is a trade with the Los Angeles Chargers. Did you watch Justin Herbert play this season? He looks like a competent quarterback. He looked really good. Had better numbers than Kyler Murray. Threw for over 4,300 yards last season, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. And guess who his quarterback coach was? Guess who it was? A guy by the name of Pep Hamilton. Well, guess who the Texans signed as their quarterback coach? Oh, the one and only Pep Hamilton. It'll be a seamless transition. And think what the Chargers have to deal with. They're already the second-class team in LA. They're the Chargers. They're not the Rams. They're moving into that new stadium. They could even sell out a popcorn park with 10,000 people. They couldn't do that. They can't compete with the Rams. And we just saw what the Rams just did. They went out and they did something. They got Matthew Stafford. They got rid of their headache in Jared Goff. Big trade. So why now, if you're the Rams, do something even splashier? Go get the best quarterback that is 25 years old, not named Patrick Mahomes. Who cares what it costs you? Justin Herbert is a good player. But do you think Justin Herbert, at the very peak of his powers, is a Deshaun Watson? If you're in the Chargers organization and that answer is no, then you know what you have to do. What you have to do is very simple. When the Texans call, which they should do, if you're the Texans, you call the Chargers first. We'll take Justin Herbert. We'll take your first round pick. We'll take your next first round pick. We'll take 2 defensive players. And maybe they give us Bosa too. That's not happening. Let's not get greedy here. Let's not get greedy. But if you're the Texans, you seriously have to contemplate calling the Chargers. I think they're the number one team you should call. Because if you're able to get a guy like a Justin Herbert in a Deshaun Watson trade, I'll be real with you guys. I'm not rooting for the Texans, but if they're able to get a guy like a Justin Herbert, maybe you can see things turn it around because it works out for several reasons. One, you get the draft picks. That's excellent. But then you have a quarterback that's under your control, under a rookie scale, and essentially you can build again. You can try it yet again, and maybe this time you don't mess it up. And by the way, you have this quarterback coach here, so there's that same consistency. The Chargers are the team that I think the Texans have to call. It's the first call they should make, and if they play it right, it will be the only call that they make. Now, for all you Texans fans, don't hear me to say I want Watson gone. I'm just saying the writing's on the wall. You remember that girlfriend you dated? Y'all were dating and you were on her social media page, and all of a sudden you were in every picture. Then all of a sudden you weren't in any picture, and she stopped calling you. and she didn't return your calls, and you still telling your boys that y'all dating? No, you not, dummy. Y'all not together no more. You're out of here. Well, that's what Watson did with the Texans. He's gone. His heart's not here anymore. So why force him to be here? Let it go. Let it go. If you've enjoyed listening to this today, I hope you have. Well, check out more of our content. You can check us out on our website at newchannelsports.net. We have all of our podcasts there, the takedowns there, and some of my articles there. Check out my articles, man. I be writing, y'all. Check me out. Or, as always, you can check out a podcast. Wherever you listen to your podcast, Podbeam, Stitcher, Apple Radio, wherever you go, wherever it is, we're there. Or if you want to see our beautiful faces smiling at you, you can always check us out on Afro Vibes TV. We record a show every single week, and it plays on Sunday morning, but you can catch us at any time on Afro Vibes TV. Thank you so much for listening in. I really do appreciate your time. If you think I'm crazy, please let me know in the comments. Feel free to @ me. Let us know. As ONU always says, we do this for you. We do it for you. Stay safe, y'all. And I always say that. Please stay safe. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.